Hey, how's it going, guys? I didn't know you were sneaking up on me like that. Just kidding. Anyway, let's make some steps here towards finishing this thing. Just as a reminder, this is what it looks like. It's not all put together, but it's almost done, guys. I did get an exhaust breather valve right here, which should help us hopefully maybe get the water level to rise in the waterway all the way to the top. We do have the temperature sensor as well that we need to connect, and a couple other little changes, but as you can see here, we're pretty close to the finish line. Also, I did cable manage the back, and it's not perfect, but there's just so much stuff that it's never going to be perfect. But unfortunately, these bundles of cables are so thick that I can't put the back glass on, and that's not a big deal. I don't really care because I'm not going to be seeing the back of the computer anyway. The other debate I have now is whether I actually want this guy mounted on there. So at some point, I'm probably going to ask for your guys' opinion. I'll show you guys with it on and with it off. I've also finished the overclock, so we're at 5.1 gigahertz with 1.4 volts, and I'm sure I could tweak a bunch of other little settings and get 5.2 if I really wanted to, but I don't have the time to mess with that, and it's not worth it to me at this point. But the 5.1 has been running very well. So our next steps that we'll be doing in this video are draining all the clear distilled water out of the case. Then we'll be fitting the temperature sensor in there. We will be taking this bend out and switching it out for a 90 degree. Let's see, this guy right here. Let's see, we've got that. We'll be adding the EK Cryofuel orange liquid. And we have some of these, cable comb things that maybe we'll put on there to clean it up a little bit. So a variety of things to do. And when we're done with all of those things, I think it's safe to say we are done with this computer, and that will be very nice. So anyway, let's drain the water, and hey, let's just jump right into it, guys. Let's get into it. I'm just kidding, but let's just get that water drained out, and we can start fixing all the little things we need on the water blocks and the waterways and the fittings. Oh, and also this is being filmed on a GoPro now instead of my cell phone, so hopefully the quality is better. All right, so I've got this right on the edge of the desk, and I have this little drain port right here, and I've got a bucket down here that will catch all the fluid in, and I'm pretty sure that I can just open the valve. I may need to loosen another fitting on the top to get the air flowing, but I know for sure as soon as I twist this, there will be some fluids flowing. And I'm thinking I'm probably gonna need to spill a bunch on the floor. This is probably what's gonna happen here. Here we go. Oh, that was very uneventful. All right, now I'm going to loosen another fitting. Okay, so this is convenient. We're starting to drain now. I've got that exhaust valve I told you about earlier, and I got my hand on it. I'm gonna push, watch, boom. Whoa, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, this is all bad. There we go. I wonder if it'd be more funny if I put my legs like my feet in view. Is that funny, guys? Is that really funny? All right, so let's see how we're doing. There's still quite a bit of liquid in the system. I'm probably just gonna need to go off camera and shake things around. So I'm gonna get it empty and I'll come back. So just a quick update on the progress here. So I've removed both of the fittings from the water cooler. Sorry, not the water cooler, the video card. The video card fittings are gone. You can see this fitting right here is removed, and up there is disconnected as well. And so we'll be running this water temperature guy, he's going to be going here, kind of like that. And then I'm actually going to just take the whole video card out because there's a lot of fluid in there still. And I'd like to empty as much as I can. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to empty all of this distilled water. And I think I'm going to have to end up mixing some of the cryo fuel with the distilled water, which I believe is okay to do because I think distilled water is okay. I know it's okay to run in these systems. I don't know if it's okay to mix them. Probably going to Google it before I do it. But you can see like this pipe right here. This one has fluid in it. There's a little bit of fluid in the CPU water block. I might be able to blow through. I'll try that real quick. I did that, and I'm an idiot because I forgot that I had an opening up here. So it just splashed out all over my face. Fortunately, pretty much not on the computer. So it's not like we have a big problem or anything, but kind of embarrassing. You saw it here first, folks. So anyway, I probably can get some of that water out if I cap that off. But this is going to be the bigger problem, getting fluid out of here. I might be able to do that too, but I'll give everything a try before and I'll try to empty as much fluid as I can. And I'll come back in a minute with some updates. Got some progress here, guys. So I've actually rerouted the way that the water is going to be entering and exiting the video card, because if you have seen my previous videos, we're getting an air bubble up here in the corner, and that's because we were going in and out the opposite direction of what EK wants you to do. So rather than going from up here to here, straight shot, and then here to here, straight shot, we're now going to be going from here to here, but behind the card, and then from here to here, crossing over. So we've got one in the back, one in the front, and they're on opposite directions as they were before, if that makes any sense. And that way the card will be connected the right way. So we will be installing now that I've got this done, I'll be running this tube from here to here. So yeah, I'll get to it and come right back. All right, guys, we are back, and I have this pipe secured now in the middle. I think the fisheye angle on the lens is making it look kind of funny, but it is secured up, and pretty much we just need to get the orange fluid back in. But there's probably one other little thing, probably more than one little thing, but one thing I can think of right now. There's still fluid in here, and I think that I would like to lay the whole case like on its back so that the water flattens out, and then remove this cap right here, and then probably cap this off down here and replace that into this spot so that I can drain water through this is basically one of the bottom spots, whereas this is always I could always just unscrew the cap. If that makes any sense, I hope that makes sense, because this has a valve on it that I can open and close, so I can connect that to that guy on the bottom of the waterway, and that way I can drain the waterway. So that's my thought process right now, and that will be the next step before I can fill it with fluid. But it is the end of the day, so I think I'll pick this back up tomorrow and finish it tomorrow morning. Thanks, guys. Okay, so guys, we got a lot of things done here. We got these caps swapped out for some nicer Bits Power premium stoppers, whatever you want to call them. I wish I could actually swap this little dragon guy out, but no big deal. I have the exhaust valve up here, as I mentioned. I wish I could have matched all the colors, but I couldn't find all the colors matching. No big deal. But I have this where I was draining from down here. I have that removed, and I have swapped that over to over here so that I could get all of the water out of the waterway. And as you can see, the waterway is empty. I've got successfully drained it all out. So the system is actually pretty much empty. And we're ready to fill it. I said I was going home and I was going to finish this tomorrow, but then I got the itch. So I kept going, and I could fill it with orange fluid now, but it is a little late. So maybe that's a good job for the morning, and maybe I can kind of let the system air out overnight. So now for real, I'll pick it up in the morning. All right, guys, I lied. I said I was going to do it in the morning, and it's like 2 days later. But here we go. We're going to fill. We've got the dripper bottle thingy. I don't know what you call these. It's a bottle to fill with. It's a lot better than what I used last time. When I say what I used last time, I mean this drinking water bottle that was all crunched up with distilled water. So this is going to be a lot better. Here's our fluid. We're going to fill from right here. And it's going to be really fun. And I'm not going to bring you along for the whole journey because it takes forever. Probably take an hour to fill this whole thing up. But I'll come back on so you guys can see it. Well, I made another epic fail. I mounted this upside down, so I have to take this pipe out and flip it around. Hopefully I don't spill a whole bunch in the process. All right, so we got an update here, guys. We have the little, what is it, the temperature monitor screen dealio. It's hooked up now the correct way. I did have a little scare. I thought that I killed the video card completely because it wasn't posting and I was getting the white VGA error light over here. And I did spill some water, some fluid by accident onto the video card. So I thought that I must have killed it. And it came back to life. So I think everything's going to be fine. We do have a way too much foam up here. I don't know if that's it's probably a bad angle. Let's see, right there. I don't know if it's getting seen very well on the camera. There we go. So there's a lot of foam kind of in there, and I'm hoping that that gets worked out over time with the air escaping. I've got this hole open right there, which is going to be where the breather valve goes back into that spot. But it is running liquid through the whole system. I did mention that I moved the flow from going from this spot that used to go from here to here, and I changed those to try to get rid of the air bubble that used to be right here, and it's gone. There's a little air bubble right here, but that's a lot smaller than what we used to have, and I do think that will work out itself out over time. But yeah, this is a lot of foam over here, so I'm hoping it's like beer and it just goes away over time. So I'm just gonna leave it running and keep filling it a little bit. So come back when everything's kind of buttoned up in a second. This is just the finished results, and I did my best to get that air bubble out of the top. There's still a little bubble up there, but it's pretty hard to notice from afar. And it looks really good. The orange turned out way better than I thought it would. We've got the temperature sensor here. And I just threw some cable clip things on these two 8-pins, so it'll just look a little better. I probably could clean these up a little bit too, but just hasn't been like a high priority. But yeah, we're pretty much done here, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to put the screws in here, put the glass side panel back on, and we're pretty much ready to rock and start using this computer. Still overclocked at 5.1 gigahertz at 1.4 volts. The memory is still always going nuts all the time because of the setting I have it on. But I'm pretty happy with it, and this will probably be like the last video in the build before I do like a final video where it's like everything about it and summarized because it's done. So thanks for sticking through. For everyone that's watched all the videos, I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed watching the progress over the past month, and look forward to that next video that where we will end everything with this build and move on to other videos about other builds and other stuff. Thanks, guys.